we are going live. Okay. All right. We're going to play a game as we always do in this live. Like, how long is it going to take for this live to be fucking restricted because of fucking conversation or whatever the fuck? But anyway, so let's talk first off about the fucking Earth Matrix fucking computer, because this is my view, this is my opinion, that the Earth Matrix is a high-tech virtual reality fucking game. So if you want to think of, you know, the Matrix, it's basically like we're all living in this fucking simulation. And we believe, or we are programmed to believe since an early age, that this simulation is real and that there are rules and boundaries in this fucking simulation that we must abide by. And the object of the game, in my opinion, is breaking through levels of consciousness. And the higher level you get, the higher level you achieve of consciousness, the less you are bound by the earthly matrix rules. So if we want to even go into this stuff, hey guys, everyone, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just, giving my sermon as I get on here right away. But I will answer questions in a little bit. When we are in this earthly matrix, our programming in this avatar is we are trained to forget that we are God, okay? And we are God, and we are the operant power. We are the one that is piloting the vessel around in the 3D realm. And when we are in the 3D ego, we are in the avatar state of mind, which believes that the matrix is real, and it believes that it must abide by the rules of the matrix. And this is why manifestation is possible. And to a lot of motherfuckers, manifestation can look like magic, or witchcraft, or voodoo, or whatever the fuck motherfuckers want to call it, because earthly bound minds just are not doing these things. They are abiding by the parameters governed by the matrix. So if we want to get into a little bit of a backstory, the word matrix actually comes from Latin meaning mother or breeder. And if we want to get into the backstory of one of the greatest manifestation tools, in my opinion, which is the Bible, not as a religious faculty, but as just a manifestation manual, when Jesus talks about I am the son of my father, right? That's where we have the father, the God consciousness. The son is the body in the avatar. And the mother, which I just said, matrix means mother, is your 3D realm, which is breeding the things that the father declares and bestows upon the consciousness of the son. So there we have it, the rectification, right? It's the same thing with the ancient Egyptian scriptures with Isis, Osiris, and Horus. And it's just the melding of the three. So your God consciousness is the father. The son is your physical vessel, your avatar that you're piloting around here. And the mother is what breeds those things that you think about, okay? And it projects it into your 3D reality. So that is the fucking trio. That is the grand trine. And that's just, oh shit, Osiris is your dog's name. Fuck yeah. I bet your dog is a fucking pimp. Hell yeah, I love that name. So yeah, that's basically what it is. And when we are in the matrix, in that little, this little avatar suit, it's like that avatar suit is given its own conscious faculty, which is the ego, but the ego cannot create something that it wasn't programmed with, okay? The ego does not create on its own. This is why when you want to change a belief system, you cannot go through the ego. You have to go through the father, and then the father has to inject the son, which is your body, your ego, with the new programming, so that the mother, the matrix, which is why matrix means mother, that's also why they call it Mother Earth. Hello, do you see how this is all fucking connected? Okay, so That's what happens. And when you have a conscious desire that is coming from your God self, that is not coming from the ego. Like the ego, of course, wants things, right? But your pure desire is coming from the consciousness. Because if there is something going on in your imagination, in your mind, in your thoughts, but you do not physically see it, it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It means that it is a possibility. And if you focus your awareness on that possibility, one of infinite possibilities, then that is what you are going to create, because it is the focus of the Father through the avenue of the Son, of the ego eyes, right? So now when you have a program, let's say you're manifesting money, but you have a program that you have to work hard for money, or that money doesn't grow on trees, or all those earthly programs, they're built into the ego. The ego mind cannot see fucking past that. It cannot, because it's the 3D level of consciousness. Only the God consciousness, all that is, the Father, can see that. So the Father must guide the Son, your 3D earthly vessel, and say, no. Money appears to me at a thin motherfucking air. I am wealthy. Wealth is my birthright. And then through that consciousness, then the ego can grasp onto that, and you can train your ego to now be programmed to look for signs of wealth instead of looking for signs of scarcity. So there's also, I believe in like the science technical term, they call that the reticular activating system, which is just like when your brain is wired to a specific program, it is going to search all around you in the matrix, in the mother, for evidence of that program being real. And that's just, you know, the design of that aspect of the fucking brain. Okay. So when you inject a new story, okay, into the avatar from your God consciousness, the more you repeat that story from the infinite abundance of all that is, and say nothing is impossible, I am God, I am everyone, I am everything, the more that you begin to allow the ego and that ego aspect of the mind, of the fucking reticular activating system, to look for evidence of things that are possible for wealth for you to just come out of nowhere. Okay. And also, you want to think of you programming your egoistic monkey mind, because you can program it, right? Because you're the one that's operating the fucking controls, okay? You want to imagine you're literally playing a fucking video game. You're operating the controls, you as God. And now you're programming that character. Now you look for a sign of wealth over here. Look for a sign of wealth over there, instead of looking for scarcity and lack. So it's like a fucking bloodhound dog. And the bloodhound, right, they are trained to look for whatever the fuck, the scent of a motherfucker, some shit. Okay. So it's like, that's exactly what you're doing. You're training the ego now. You're saying, oh, good boy, you saw wealth over here. Ah, good. Now let's focus on wealth over here. And that's really what you're doing. Okay. And the thing is, like, you want to not take anything in the 3D personally, because nothing is fucking personal. It's just feedback of where you are at, how well you have trained your fucking egoistic mind. Because the God consciousness, all that is, doesn't get fucking butthurt. It doesn't give a fuck about fucking anything. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, this showed up. I don't like that. I'm gonna change the channel, right? There's a calm feeling. So when motherfuckers talk about manifesting and they're saying shit like you have to feel it real and all this shit, you are feeling it real, but it is not a fucking emotion. Okay? It is an emotion. It is not. Now, when you are looking at all this, I just went on a whole fucking sermon about the Father, the Mother, and the Son, right? Being the matrix. Your emotions are there as part of the parameters of the avatar. And I like to look at it in the analogy of like you touch a hot stove, okay? Your initial reaction, oh shit, that don't feel fucking good, so I'm gonna pull my hand away. You know what I'm saying? So if an emotion does not feel good, that is like you touching the hot stove. It's like a I don't want to say Geiger counter, but that's just what came to me. So we gonna go with Geiger counter, okay, motherfucker? So it's like a Geiger counter, and it's like whoa, 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 whoa. That shit don't feel good. You don't want to proceed around that route, right? Because it doesn't feel good. But that is the only time that your emotions come into play where it matters what you're manifesting. It's like a game of hot and cold, and you're getting colder, further away from what you want, the worse that shit feels emotionally. Now, this is not to be confused with, oh, you should just bypass your emotions or numb yourself. And no, I ain't saying that. I'm saying if an emotion comes up that you don't fucking like, you let that motherfucker flow through you, because it's not real. It's just there to guide you towards what you want. And it's to show you you don't want that, stay away. And that is how I view emotions. If motherfuckers agree or disagree, I don't give a fuck. That's my opinion, okay? So when emotion comes up, any motherfucking things. Thank you guys for all the gifts. I'm getting my sermon out. Let me spit it out, and then I'm gonna talk to you all, okay? And yes, this will go on YouTube. I know I've been like crazy about uploading, but they're just, the videos takes super long to upload. But I will upload this one because I'm feeling this one, okay? So your emotions are there, but they are to be utilized as a tool and not to be taken personally, because they are just guidance systems. I believe Abraham Hicks talks about this a little bit, maybe not the way that I'm talking about it, but I believe they do. And it's like, if something feels like shit, if it's constricted, if it's making you feel all icky and shit, that's your indicator. No, don't go there. And then this is where the thought comes in. Your thoughts are what create. I know motherfuckers say that emotions create and you have to feel the vibration, but no, your emotions are there as a guidance. It's saying hot, cold, okay? The colder you are, further away from your thing, the worse it fucking feels. The better you fucking feel, the closer you are to that thing. But your ideal, in my opinion, is you want to get to true neutral, where you're at that God state where you're not even feeling the emotion, because the thought will trump the emotion every fucking time. The thought commands the emotion. Now, if your emotions are fucking running wild, that's just a signal. Do not go there. You don't want that. If it feels like shit, if it feels good, hell yeah, by all means, go fucking full on Delulu. You know what I'm saying? But if it feels like shit, you must have quit. Let that motherfucker go. Okay, let him off the hook. Just be like, no. Breathe through it. I don't give a fuck what you have to do. If you had to use a punching bag, if you have to go to yoga, if you had to go on a run, whatever the fuck you had to do, process the emotion, but do not personalize that emotion, because the emotion is not personal. The emotion is just there to show you how close or far you are to your fucking thing that you want. Okay? So when you are having a shitty emotion, if you're spiraling, what I want you to do is allow it to fucking pass through you and say, this is showing me some shit that I don't want to experience in the 3D. And likely a lot of times when a shitty emotion comes up, there'd be nothing going on, but you had a thought and the thought was negative, and so the emotion fucking happened, right? Which again shows you that the thought will always command the emotion. If you just have a random emotion out of nowhere, that means that you have let your thoughts go unchecked for too long, and you need to put your thoughts in check. You need to fucking get those motherfuckers in alignment with what you want. And how you do that is through the God consciousness. And the God consciousness, this is what you do. You say, what is going to bring me the most peace in the moment? Because remember, when you're living your dream life, when you have what you want, right? I'm wearing a black motherfucking shirt right now. I ain't thinking how I'm going to get this black shirt. I ain't thinking when is this black shirt going to appear. It's just, this is what the fuck it is. There's no feeling. It's just a feeling of calm, neutral peace. That is God consciousness. You already have it. Okay, so the only emotion that you really want to strive for and aim for is peace. Even excitement. Like, yeah, you could be excited like you just booked a fucking trip, and if you want to amplify that and that helps you to get along, fine. But when you're on the trip, you're not always fucking excited because you're in the moment, and the moment is neutral. Okay, so if you are spiraling, I want you to think of the thing that will bring you the most peace in the fucking moment, the thing that's going to bring you back to that neutral state, because that is a God state. And then from there, you calibrate to getting what the fuck you want, okay? And I would suggest to all you motherfuckers on here, do not make a fucking decision when you are in a heightened emotion. I don't give a fuck if you're super excited. I don't give a fuck if you feel like shit and you want to punch a motherfucker. Unless someone is in your fucking face and, you know, your safety is coming into question, then yeah, do what you gotta do. But if it's just something that triggered you and there ain't shit going on but a fucking thought that made you feel a fucking shitty emotion, I want you to get to your fucking baseline neutral. That's what I want you to do. And then you make the decision from there. You do not make a decision when you are in a heightened emotional state. Because I'm going to give you an example, right? How many times you motherfuckers, like you were, whatever the fuck, whatever. I don't want to get no fucking, restrictions, but if you under the influence, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, yeah, hell yeah, let's do this. Let's make plans next week and do this and do that. And you promising 10 million things, right? And then you're like, oh, I really didn't want to do that. I just said that because I was excited in the moment. Yeah, you don't want it. That's why you don't want to make a decision when you're too excited in the moment either. Because when you excited, you be a little too generous. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want you to make a decision when you are in a state where you're, oh, fuck this shit. Fuck them. Oh, he said this, she did that, like, and then you all pissy and shit. You don't make a choice, a decision when you are in a heightened emotional state, whether it's feeling good or whether it's feeling bad. You get yourself to the fucking God state first. And how you get to the God state is you keep asking yourself, what's going to make me feel the most at peace right now? Not what's going to get you excited, okay? Not what's going to get you fucking turned on. What's going to bring you peace? Because the God state is true peace. There is no emotion, okay? The emotion is part of the humanoid experience. God does not know what emotion is. The emotion is just there to guide the fucking avatar to say, ooh, you're getting close to what you want. Yeah. Oh, wait, but now it feels like shit. Oh, you're getting further away. That's what it is, okay? So then from the God state, the God consciousness from the 5D perspective commands the thought, okay? Because that is how the God consciousness communicates to you in your fucking vessel. It's a thought. It's like you typing in a fucking command on a keyboard. That's how it's interpreted. That is why the thought will always fucking trump the emotion, because the emotions are all over the place. You cannot articulate what the fuck you're feeling without a thought. You cannot. You just know it feels like shit, but shit is still a fucking word. You see what I'm saying? So it's a thought. So you get your fucking thoughts in a fucking alignment with what you want, okay? What is going to bring me the most peace? That is a logical question. If you are spiraling, whatever the fuck it is, maybe it's getting a fucking ice cream, okay? Maybe it's getting some, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck it is, okay? But you do that until you are at baseline neutral. But all the while, you're like, this ain't fuck nothing up. I'm glad I caught myself fucking spiraling because I don't want to fucking go down that fucking path. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you have to do. Anytime any of you motherfuckers are spiraling, you're going to get yourself back to baseline fucking neutral by asking yourself that question. What's going to bring me the most peace in the moment? Not what's going to make me feel good. Not what's going to be like a fucking instant gratification. No. And you do not make a decision in a heightened emotional state ever. Okay, that's just my 2 cents. And I just explained all that why. And this is why I really am gonna post this video on fucking YouTube, because I feel like I got a lot of fucking information out there which needed to be said. So now I'm gonna take me a sip of water after my fucking sermon. And let's see. Oh boy. We're doing this SP thing, aren't we? We always end up talking about SPs, okay? Look, you have to remember, I'm gonna go on a mountain again with this fucking specific person shit, okay? You can be manifesting a specific person and you can get them instantaneously. But, and here's the thing, a lot of motherfuckers get this confused. You're manifesting a motherfucker, you're affirming for them, and you're scripting, you're visualizing, whatever the fuck you're doing for this motherfucker, okay? Yes, that's great. Continue doing what you're doing. But if you had, and this is not self-concept, because motherfuckers say, oh, but you had to work on your self. You don't have to work on your self-concept, okay? I mean, you're working on your self-concept for you and that's it. But here's the thing. Here's the difference, okay? Your self-concept is, I am lucky, I am wealthy, I am abundant, everything always works out for me, my life is easy, everything always turns out better than I expected, right? That, how you ideally view yourself in general, that is your self-concept. So you can have a strong self-concept and you're manifesting a motherfucker and you're doing everything right manifesting that motherfucker, but you have a belief system. Whether it's a societal programming, whether it's something you personally experienced, whether it's something you witnessed before, you have a program that you have an abandonment issue, okay? Or you always attract a narcissist or whatever it is, right? That's not your fucking self-concept. You see the difference? Because motherfuckers be like, oh, but I have a great self-concept and I'm manifesting this motherfucker and this, that, and the third. That's not your self-concept. Your self-concept is just how you view yourself and your life in general. Okay? So if you have a story about abandonment or you don't deserve love or this or that, right? That is not, I'm gonna say it, that's not your self-concept. Like, it's lumped together in that self-concept shit, but it's not. It's a story, because there are plenty of motherfuckers that I've seen. They have a great fucking healthy self-concept and they always say everything's working out for them and everything is good, right? But they have a story that someone's gonna abandon them, okay? And they're manifesting the person and they're feeling good, but the story, the program, that app, that they're gonna get abandoned, or the motherfucker's a narcissist, or they're gonna attract an abusive relationship, whatever that story is, however it got there, that's still running in the background, and that is not self-concept, that is a story, okay? So you have a story about fucking everything, which is aside from your self-concept. Your self-concept is just how you view yourself and your life in general. And that's my fucking opinion. Okay, motherfuckers come on here and say, oh, no, I don't give a fuck. Okay, this is my life. This is my fucking opinion. Okay, so you have a great self-concept, but you have a story that money is hard to come by, or that love is hard to come by, or health is something that you need to strive for. Whatever it is in any bracket, that is a belief system in that specific area, which has nothing to do with your self-concept. Because you can know that you're fucking great and amazing and everything goes your way, but if there's a story in there that's contradicting one sector of your experience, that's what's going to keep you stuck in that fucking pattern. So when you're manifesting a person, I know I went 6 ways to Sunday with that, but when you're manifesting a person and you're like, you know, you have great self-concept and you feeling yourself and you're like, I'm the shit, but then you're like, why isn't it happening? Like, you were doing everything good, because you have a fucking story in there about the relationship. So I want every one of you motherfuckers in here, if you are manifesting a person, what's your story about relationships? Because it has nothing to do with your self-concept, okay? Because you already fucking know you're wonderful and fucking fabulous, but you have a story in there, a belief system that got in there somehow, and it don't fucking matter how it got in there. But it's saying that you are only attracting these type of people, or you always get left, or this always happens, or that never works out. So you have a story about relationships, which is separate from your self-concept, which is separate from your story about money, which is separate from your story about your career, which is separate from a story about your health, which is separate from a story about how you get along with your friends or your family. Like, they're all different sectors. So you have to be fucking mindful and really get to the nitty gritty of what the fuck it is that's keeping you there. Because motherfuckers that talk about the fucking, you know, manifestation, law of attraction, law of assumption, oh, well, self-concept. Yeah, self-concept is great, but if there's a fucking belief system running in the background that contradicts what you're manifesting, if that shit was going on long enough, it's gonna take over, and you're gonna be so confused. You're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, so you need to really get in there. What are your fears in a fucking relationship? What are your fears surrounding money? What are your fears surrounding your health, body image, all of that shit, okay? Because if there is an area in your life that is not ideal right now, likely it is because of something you personally experienced, something you witnessed, or a societal program, okay? And here's the thing that I noticed with limiting beliefs. There's different stages of limiting beliefs, and I have noticed, I'm not saying this is true for everyone, but I have noticed the different stages of limiting beliefs depend on how it affected you, okay? So a deeper set detrimental belief system is 99% of the time something you personally went through. You happened through that, okay? That experience occurred to you, for you, in your fucking physical vessel. That was a story you lived. And that one, to me, from what I've seen, is the one that is the most potent, and you really have to override that shit. Now, the second one, the second level of detrimental belief systems, okay, is something that you witnessed through someone else. You saw it happen in person. Okay, so let's say you had a sibling that you really admired. Okay, this is just an example. It could be anything, right? It has nothing to do with you, but your sibling, they okay, whatever, right? They gone with the quickness, and you witnessed that. It had nothing to do with you, but you really loved and admired your sibling, and they were taken too soon. Okay, and that affected you. That it's something that you witnessed, like it was close to you, but it didn't personally, it wasn't a story you went through, it was something you witnessed. That's the second stage. Okay, that one is mildly potent, but it typically tends to be easier to dismantle or dissolve than something that happened personally to you. Now, the third one is the societal programming, okay, which had nothing to do with you. You didn't live it. You didn't experience it. No one close proximity to you experienced that or had that occur with them. But it's a societal belief, like you must go to college or you're not going to get a good job and you're going to be broke. Okay. Maybe you've never had that experience, right? But because it's such a strong belief in society in general that you just accepted it as true, and you're like, well, it must be true if everyone's saying it. And those tend to be the easiest to break through because it didn't happen to you as part of your story. It didn't happen with someone close to you that you were in close proximity with. And it's like a general belief system, but it might still be impacting any of the areas of your life, such as finances or relationships or health or whatever the case, right? So I want you to also break down, if you choose to proceed along this route, right? Is it a belief system that occurred personally with you? Was it something you witnessed, or is it just a societal program in general? Because I have noticed that standard is that something that happened personal to you, those tend to be the most deeply embedded because you lived through it in your physical vessel. And when you live through something in your physical vessel, it's just going to make it seem all the more real compared to your dream life that you are manifesting that you have not lived in your physical vessel. Because remember, the 3D, the vessel and all this shit is just, it's like a tangible expression of the ethereal. So when you are living, you know, in your imagination, yeah, it feels great and you're feeling good and you're content with it, but it still has this like mysterious, ethereal type of connotation to it because your physical body is like, you know, it's just like an additive of like, it adds another elemental layer to making the game seem real. That's why your past situations might seem more real than a future situation that has not occurred yet because your vessel has experienced it. Okay. So, just keep that in mind. These are just my random fucking observations. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you had to start actively you had to start that debunk things. Yeah, society, like, listen, it, like I said in the beginning, it's just all part of the programming of the Matrix, right? It's like, if you go into like a fucking video game, like every video game, there are different rules and things that you do in that game, right? Like in one game, you might be able to jump. In another game, you might be able to run. Like, you know what I mean? It's just so when you enter like the Matrix, the Mother Earth, right? Matrix Mother, right? It's just, there are rules that are part of that game, but the goal in the Earth Matrix fucking video game, in my opinion, is to, when you graduate different levels of consciousness, just like you graduate different levels of a game, like let's say, you know, you're playing a game and you pass level 1. Now you unlock this thing for your character, right? This special feature. Okay, cool. Now you go down level 2. Now you unlock another feature for your character. It's like that, only it's like unraveling the fucking Earth Matrix programming that was embedded in you when you, you know, from the fucking moment you enter this, right? You're assigned a fucking name. You're assigned a fucking number. Like my dude, this is, if this, motherfucker, listen, I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but this shit, oh, this shit gotta go on fucking YouTube. Fuck yeah, cause, but you're assigned a fucking number like a lab animal. Okay? Like this is specimen, blah, 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 blah. But what do they call it? Your social security number. Oh, but it's a fucking number. That's how you're fucking known in the fucking Earth Matrix. Okay? You're given fucking all of this shit. So you gotta wonder, like who's watching this fucking lab? And like, you know, maybe that's like something that ain't nobody contemplated before, but I've contemplated that. I'm like, why motherfuckers given a number to track, to fucking see, like, so who's tracking it? You know, so all of that shit is meaningless, okay? But it's still there as parameters of the fucking game. So you could be known as number blah 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 blah, right? But that's not who you really are. It's just who you're known as in the fucking matrix, okay? The same thing with the name or anything. But you're not that. It's like you have a vehicle, right? You're driving that around. You're not the car, but you get to steer it around and it gets you places, okay? So that's how I at least look at the physical vessel. I'm not my fucking vessel, but I get to pilot this motherfucker around. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I went on a whole fucking, I don't know where I fucking went in my mind, but yeah, this one got like a little deeper really quick, but oh, the election coverage. You see, this is another thing. The election, that's just another Matrix fucking thing to get motherfuckers talking about it, to get attention on there, right? And it's like, I mean, you know, it's like, I look at the fucking election like a boxing match. It's like motherfuckers are rooting for person A or person B, but does it fucking matter? Like, it's like, I don't know. I don't even take that shit seriously, because if you want to look at it, the world's a stage, right? The Matrix is a stage, and these big names that are out there, whoever they are, a politician or a celebrity or a music artist, whatever the fuck, they're just out there as entertainment to keep motherfuckers entrenched in something that really has nothing to do with them, so that they stifle their own enlightenment. And they're like, ooh, I'm watching this show, but I'm not going to work on my consciousness because this has my attention. That's the way, like, majority of motherfuckers operate. So, you know, like, and don't get me wrong, like, I look at, like, pop culture and shit, like, I find entertainment out of it, but I don't invest myself energetically in any of that. You know what I mean? Yeah, seriously. The vote. I'm like, Fox is a shredder. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, politicians, in a way, they are celebrities. Like, we all know who they are. And I'm just like, okay, you know, but it doesn't, I look at it like that's going on, but it has no effect on me. And motherfuckers, again, this is another part of the programming, in my opinion. They want you to believe, I don't care what country you're in, okay, but they want you to believe that this motherfucker has the authority to, like, change something in the society that you live in. And like, no, they fucking don't, because you're creating your own realm. So, like, if you just keep your own mind intact with what you want, and you're like, everything in my universe is perfect, peaceful, and fucking amazing, that's what it's going to be, no matter what is going on the outside or what story they're telling you, you know? What, listening to music? I don't, just someone want to fill me in the comment. The chat is like moving here. Ooh, I'm glad I manifested you all being here. Hey, hey. Yeah, I mean, but you know what? They don't want anyone to know that we create our reality, but it's like, it's all part of the game too. So it's like, you know, like, the best way that I've been saying is that it's like a video game. Like, you go in there, like, and the video game is literally trying to off you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's trying to do. They got motherfuckers popping up here, there, everywhere. And that's what the fucking 3D is really trying to do. Because think about it. From the day you are fucking born, you're just beginning to fucking die. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. But if you know how to enjoy your time here, you're just going to have an overall more fulfilling experience. You're going to enjoy the game more. And you're not even going to be thinking about all of these fear factor things, because the Matrix is literally trying to fucking kill you. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's trying to do. And I'm being a little mindful the way I talk because I don't know if they're going to restrict this shit, but whatever. That's what it's trying to do. Because the video game, what is it doing? It's trying to like send enemies or perceived threats after you. And you have to keep leveling up. And that's what this is. Only it's not really on like a physical battlefield type of level. It's more like a mental thing. Because like the more, quote, 3D enemies you defeat, right? Like if you defeat the story that celebrities in the news and pop culture, it's not really real. It's just there for entertainment. Like who cares that you graduate a level of consciousness compared to a motherfucker who's like, oh my God, like, did you see what so-and-so was wearing? Did you see what he said? Did you see what she said? Like, oh my God. It's like, to keep you entrenched in that fucking narrative. So the more that you graduate levels, like the less enemies you're going to have, because you don't have any enemies. You don't have any fucking friends. This is all you. So it's really about what you have going on inside. So if you think that, because this celebrity, oh my God, the whole fucking Diddy situation, right? I mean, yeah, I got entertainment out of it. That shit was entertaining, but I wasn't like outraged. Like there were motherfuckers that they took that shit up the butt. You know what I'm saying? They're like, I can't believe Diddy was doing this. I'm like, I don't even know if Diddy is a real motherfucker. What if that's an NPC? What if it's an AI? I don't know. So like, unless you fucking see something firsthand and you experience it, like you don't know what the fuck is real. So just, I stay in my lane, I mind my business. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And I keep it moving, but, but this whole thing with like the Matrix, it's like, it really is designed to level you up in consciousness. This is why all of the fucking, occultism, okay? Like it has like a dark connotation. Oh, it's evil and this or that, like the occult. But occult just means fucking hidden. It means hidden. So there are clues in the video game, right? Such as like the Bible is like a great manifestation book, in my opinion, okay? All religions aside, the Bible just uses a manifestation tool. That's great, but how you read the Bible, right? Like they don't just say you create your own reality. No, they say Jesus turned water into wine, or they say, what else they say? My favorite one, this has got to be my fucking favorite from the Corinthians. Do ye look at things on the outward appearance? I mean, that right there, homie, bend me over and spank me, because that shit is some good shit right there. Like, I'm feeling that. Like, that shit is the most pimp line I've ever heard. Like, whoever the fuck wrote the Bible, they could say, oh, John, Mark, Luke, whoever the fuck wrote it. I don't know who wrote it. Ain't nobody gonna know who fucking wrote it. But whoever fucking put that shit together with that wording, it's like to hide it. Because not everyone... Number one, not everyone wants to know all this fucking knowledge. It's like, it's an acquired type of thing. It's like, if you're in the chat right now, you might want to fucking know all this shit, or you have an interest in it. But a lot of motherfuckers, they don't. Like, they're just okay. They're following the election. They're like, oh, I hope so-and-so wins. I can't stand this motherfucker. Like, okay, if that's what gets them off, that ain't getting me off. I don't give a five fucks. But that's why they give that occultism like a bad reputation, because they want to deter motherfuckers from finding out the truth. And the truth is fucking in plain sight. You ever look at the fucking US dollar bill with the fucking Egyptian pyramids? Why the fuck the Egyptian pyramid on the US dollar bill? Like, hello, the fuck. So yeah, I went on a fucking, I don't know what the fuck, but I guess, does anyone know what sign the moon is in? Didn't we just have a new moon? I saw the moon earlier. It was like the waxing crescent. So I think we just had a new moon, right? Ooh, the moon is in Capricorn. Wait, Capricorn or Scorpio? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I didn't check, but oh yeah, true. That makes sense. The new moon will be in Scorpio because we are in Scorpio sun. So, yeah, the all-seeing eye, the eye of fucking Horus is on the US dollar bill. But like the US says, oh, we're based on like Christian beliefs, but yet you have ancient Egyptian symbolism. But Christianity, if you really did your research, was based off of the ancient Egyptian principles. Okay, so it's just like, man, Crazy. Yeah, in God we trust. So it's like fucking crazy. So it's like, if you want to look at that, in God we trust, we're all God. So we ought to trust ourselves more than we trust any other motherfucker or anything, right? Yeah, I mean, I like to look at astrology for fun because it's like I've never really resonated with that thing with transits or, oh, the sun is in this sign, so now this is going to happen, Mercury retrograde, all that shit. I'm like, I never really resonated with that. I just look at it like for personality stuff. So yeah, I mean, I think a lot of motherfuckers have woken up just because like the spiritual community is just like, it's so massive compared to even what it was like years ago. And that's even like with the manifestation tip, you know what I mean? Like, this shit really, I think with the, you know, with the whole manifesting thing, this shit got popular with that book, The Secret, right? And then it's like, then Abraham Hicks came out, and then it's like, then motherfuckers started talking about Neville Goddard. But it's really just, you know, that's just the way it is. And like, I've always known that I had a hand in creating reality, but like, I never knew how to fucking articulate it. So I just used to think it was like psychic ability. I'm like, oh, I predicted that, but it's really, I created that. You know what I mean? So what app? Oh, this one. They, you know, I was seeing that. I saw that last year that they wanted to ban this app, and they started saying that again this year. And I honestly, I didn't buy it. I still don't buy it. I'm like, oh, that's just another story to get motherfuckers outraged and focus on something else, right? Like, I didn't believe that. I'm like, no, they're not going to do that. That's just another story, you know? There's just like too many things. Like, if you've ever watched the fucking news, and like, I don't watch the news, like, I look at it for like entertainment, but do you remember when that whole fucking the submarine shit went on, right? Like the Titanic submersible, okay? Like, all of this shit was going on for, it was like 2 weeks. You heard nothing but Titanic submersible and this and that, right? And then what happened? That shit disappeared. And then there was one where it was all over the place, where some motherfucker like had diarrhea on the fucking airplane, and they had to make an emergency landing, and they were showing fucking footage of diarrhea on the airplane, and that was all over the place for a week. And then it was you know, another one was the fucking Diddy story, and then there was the Jeffrey Epstein fucking shit. Yeah, because everything that could have went wrong that night that he, you know, took himself out. You know what I'm saying? Like, the security guards fell asleep, the camera stopped working, he just so happened to not have a cellmate. The perfect storm for that to happen. Okay, like, so seriously. Oh my, yeah, the one that was talking about the fucking reptilians, that lady on the plane. Yes. That one was so fucking crazy too. Like, there's just a whole bunch of shit out there that it's like information overload. Like, what the fuck are we doing? What are we talking about here? You know, like, it keeps changing all the fucking time. And that's why I look at it as for entertainment. Like, okay, yeah, someone saw a reptilian lady or the lady saw a reptilian on the fucking plane. Okay, yep. And then, oh my god, that just reminds me, the fucking Kim Kardashian Halloween costume where she was dressed as like a lizard, and motherfuckers like, oh, she's really a reptilian. Like, all right, I mean, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Okay, I don't even know if Kim Kardashian is a real person. That's how far I'm gonna go, because I've never met anyone who told me they were Kim Kardashian and looked like that and introduced themselves. So I don't know. I don't know who that is. I don't give a fuck who that. That could be a hologram. That might not even be a real motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that motherfucker is not real. There you go. You met Kim? That's so interesting. So was that a real person? Because like, I'm just wondering. I never met any. I think I've like seen a few celebrities, like, but the only one I really interacted with like was Samuel L. Jackson, of course, right? Because he always says motherfucker. So of all the celebrities that I would have an interaction with, it would be Samuel L. Jackson. Of course it would. But yeah. Oh, she's really small. You met her in New York. Well, hey, I mean, if you met her, then there you go. Maybe there is a person walking around and they are Kim Kardashian. But I mean, that whole reptilian thing, I'm like, someone, her PR team was trolling at that point, like just trolling AF. Like, okay, let's do this. But it worked because there you go. You got motherfuckers talking about her. So, um, I think your friend dated Kim Kardashian. That's fucking interesting. I think you should make a story time about that. The Kardashians got famous by being are they controversial though? I mean, I don't know if I really find them controversial. It's like I know that well, yeah, Reggie Bush obviously. And of course he was in on that whole thing. You know, that whole fucking sex tape thing. Of course he was in on it. She was in on it. And like, I mean, if they both got paid and they, you know, if that's how you want to get listen, I ain't knocking that. If someone wanted to do that for fame and it worked, that it fucking worked. You know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like the whole Kardashian like clan or whatever, what's a celebrity? Like I feel like they just kind of got like played out. Like I mean, they were really big even like a few years ago, but I feel like they just kind of like no one gives a shit anymore. Like that whole reality TV thing, I think is just it's like kind of fading out, you know, because before that, before this whole like big thing with reality TV, it was like there were other genres of like TV shows and shit, right? There were like the daytime soaps and there were like the nighttime soaps and all of this. But like I feel like reality TV in and of itself is just kind of like that kind of already happened, you know? Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, the Kardashian kids. I don't even pay attention, you know. I'm just like fuck that. Yeah, the random influencers on Snapchat. Oh my God, that's so funny. Yeah, idolizing celebs needs to fade out. Exactly. Like, no one should idolize anyone but themselves. Like, because what the fuck? Like, why would you want to put someone else on a pedestal when you're God? You know, I totally agree with that. Yeah, I'm not really on Snapchat like that, so I don't know what's going on there. Um, it's just like I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't pay attention to. I'm just in my own fucking bubble. Yes, I totally agree. Like I'm dead ass. I've met motherfuckers and they're like running to a fucking club, right? We got to get to this club right now because so and so celebrity is going to be there. I'm like, would this motherfucker be running to the club if they heard you were there? No, because they don't give a fuck or know who the fuck you are. Like, so I'd be fucking confused as shit. You know what I mean? Oh my God, Jen and Ben, Benifer. Holy shit. And that fucking documentary that J-Lo came out with or something and everyone said it was like a big flop. Like, oh my God. Like that shit was great. That shit was so fucking amazing. Yeah. If you're trying to manifest a celebrity SP, then yeah, focus on them. But other than that, like just to idolize someone, like why? Like no, man. Like that's just not. Fuck that. It's so ridiculous. Like celebrities are just. I feel like everyone ought to ideally start carrying themselves as a fucking celebrity. Ooh, what is this? This is nice. I like that. Thank you, whoever sent that. But yeah. Oh my God. Maybe she did manifest. I mean, I think she, like, I remember I saw some, I don't know where it was, but there was something that was saying that like J-Lo like manifested her stardom and all of this shit. And like, I mean, yeah, that could be true. I think they were saying that Kim Kardashian manifested her stardom. And I mean, listen, if they're real people, again, I don't know if they're real motherfuckers, but if they are and they did that, then yeah, it works. But you know, yeah, oh my God. There are some celebrities I'm just like, ugh, I don't know. Or even like some of the beauty influencers that are on here, like when they come up in my page, I'm just like, oh hell no. Like, and it's not even that they're it's just like the vibe of the video, like I'm just like, no, you're getting blocked. I don't know who you are, but whatever. So oh, Butterfly. That way I liked her early stuff, honestly. I mean, like her later stuff, I feel like, I don't know, she was like, she's being more fake. Like she was trying to get too much into like the rap hip hop thing, but she's not really like a rap hip hop. Like her voice is not, you know what I mean? Like I feel like she's a singer and like ballads were more like suiting to like her style of singing. That's just my opinion though. I can't sing for shit, so I'm not saying that, but I mean, she has an amazing voice. I thought like the rap thing was like she's like trying too hard when she's like a literal like ballad singer, you know? Yeah, exactly. Like her older shit, like that's all she needed to do was just like keep up with the ballads cuz they were fucking great. Yeah, there are some artists that like I'll like them and then it's like they'll just like change their fucking not that I like them. I like their fucking music because I don't know who the fuck they are, but yeah, I'll like their music. Then they'll like veer off course, and I'm like, what the fuck happened here? Like, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. Oh, the Emancipation of Mimi. Oh my god, I don't even remember what songs are on that one. Honestly, I don't think I've heard that like in a long time. I mean, but I don't really listen to like music. I listen to like the most weird music, like the most obscure songs. So like my playlists are like all over the fucking place. Oh, I think I fucking know what you're talking about when she performed in Times Square, right? Yeah, I've heard that those go on. Like they'll like I think they put some, wasn't it Snoop Dogg that they just said they made him wear a dress or something? No one can get millions organically. I mean, if you believe that, that's what's going to play out for you. But there are plenty of people that can get millions out of nowhere. So, yeah, the dress, the fucking dress thing. I've seen like a few like celebrities wearing dresses, and like I would see, you know, like people saying, "Oh, this is a humiliation ritual," and I'm like, okay, I don't. I mean, like that to me isn't really humiliating. You're just making someone wear a fucking costume and take pics. I mean, I'd fucking do it. You're paying me fucking $50 million here. Take a pic wearing this. Okay, I would fucking do it. Hell yeah. Well, you know the Illuminati out of your reality. Okay, so see, here's the thing with the Illuminati is that Illuminati is really just someone who is like an enlightened level of consciousness. So, I mean, I don't know if you're talking about like, you know, perceived bad guys, how they say the Illuminati want to control everyone, the 13 families that like govern the earth or whatever, but like the Illuminati is really just someone who's enlightened, just like the Freemasons. When someone says that they're like, oh, I'm a 33rd degree Mason, it just means a level of consciousness, which I think a lot of that stuff, what they teach is beneficial because it's like once anyone reaches that level of consciousness, now they're no longer abiding by the 3D Earth Matrix rules. So was was Buddha real? Hey, I don't know. Hey, I have no fucking idea. That I can't, you know. Yeah, yeah, I think so too. Like if you have like, you know, because like everyone is so quick to jump on like the bandwagon, but if you really do your research with what these terms mean and where they came from, like there is nothing that's evil because you create good and you create evil, right? It's like it all comes from you, so it's how you're perceiving the thing to get, you know, um to get your perspective on what you want to focus on, something you perceive as negative or something you perceive as positive. Oh my god, the shit that they push in music. What was that guy? Oh my god, who was that guy with the fucking Lil Nas X or something? And everyone, like, it was like a few years ago, they were all talking about his fucking video and shit. They were like that he was giving the devil a lap dance or some shit. Like, but think about it, okay? I'm just saying, him being a celebrity, I don't know if that's an NPC or an AI, I don't even know if that's a real person, whatever it is. Motherfuckers were talking about him though, right? Because he did that. So you see, it's like, if you're all publicity, if you're in the media, is good publicity. So you could be saying Lil Nas X worships the devil or he doesn't, or that, but either way, motherfuckers were talking about him. So that's what it is. That's how I look at it. So the more fucking crazy and wild someone is, the more they're going to be talked about, but you're still talking about them. So like that's just how it works. Yeah, a lot of the shit is over the top. Oh my God, Sam Smith. Yes, the fucking, what was that performance? There was some performance that everyone was talking about Sam Smith. That shit was fucking amazing. Like, I laughed my ass off during that. I was like, okay. But, I mean, it's like, I really think at this point, they're just fucking trolling. And that brings me back to the whole, yeah, unholy. That's it. It's like with the Kim K, the fucking reptilian costume. Okay, like you're clearly trolling, right? Like, and you got motherfuckers talking about you. So the PR team of all of these motherfuckers is working overtime. Like whether it's good or bad, they're still getting talked about, Yeah, I don't know if I find any rage baiting. I don't know if I find any celebrities interesting. Like, I mean, I'll like look at some stories that involve them, whatever. The one I think that I find the most interesting is the whole Britney Spears shit. Like, I think that one is so interesting. I'm like, what is going on there? Because there's just so many rumors about Britney Spears. But I mean, I haven't really dove too deep in the rabbit hole. But I was just like, might be something to this. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's it. My live was restricted. Okay, of course it was. It said that there's some themes that motherfuckers might find disturbing. Okay. Um, yeah, Britney, oh my God. I truly think that Britney, there's something, I don't know, I just feel like that might have been a real person at one point, and now I don't know what, like, to me she looked like, you could see it in the eyes, like it's like empty. Oh, now I'm getting a little puzzle piece I gotta drag across the screen. Beautiful here. Yeah, restrict my life and make me prove that I'm not a robot when the robot's asking me to prove that shit. Usual song and dance. Oh, probably. I don't know. I don't know what the trigger was. There was one, oh my God, I posted, yeah, Elon. Elon, I don't think that's a real person, but you didn't hear it from me. That to me looks like a high-tech AI, like seriously. I don't think that's a real person. Yeah. But there was some video that I fucking posted on here, and it said that it was restricted due to nudity. And I'm like, what? I was like, okay. And then there was something else that said, the one always on, well, it's already restricted, so I'll talk about whatever the fuck I want now. But I just talk about fucking mushrooms. And they were like, oh, well, blah, 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 blah. Like, you can't be talking about that when it's really a fucking, medicine that like helps you. And it's like literal, like if you want to talk about the motherfuckers in white lab coats, right, they even say that it helps with your mental health to be in a psychedelic trip. So I don't, has anyone come for me for telling the truth? I don't tell any truth. I tell my opinion, and my life is peaceful, perfect, and magical. So I mean, I have different views, which I never say that my way is the right way ever, because I always encourage everyone to formulate their own opinion, but yeah, I think yes, oh my God, Zuckerberg, bro. Zuckerberg, I really don't think that's a real person either. Him and Elon Musk, I think they are artificial intelligence bots. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion without ever meeting or knowing them. If I ever met one of them, I can maybe make a more informed opinion on that due to personal experience, but they just look like, there's a look that they have that just screams AI, you know what I mean? And oh my God, guys, to touch on the fucking Diddy shit again, like that Diddy who, when the whole fucking, big news story like a month ago went on, I don't think that was Diddy, because they were showing pictures of him and I was like, that is not the Diddy that I fucking remember from even like 4 years ago. That was a totally different person. I don't know how anyone thinks that that was Diddy. I don't give a fuck. That's my opinion. I don't think that was the same person. There was no way that was fucking Diddy. If you guys, anyone fucking wants to look up that shit, oh, he's chilling with fucking Epstein right now. They're having a good old time. Fuck that. They definitely are. And like, I don't know what, I mean, I don't, the thing is, I'm just like, what is the point of a particular name celebrity? Maybe Tupac too. Yeah, fuck that. But like, I mean, whatever name celebrity, if they have like a big scandal surrounding them, it's like, I wonder if that's real or if it's fake, or like, what is even the point of putting that out there, right? Because, oh my God, Klaus Schwab, that's so funny. Yeah, it's just like, you all of the fucking like celebrity scandals have always involved some sort of like sexual weird thing, and I'm like, why is it always some sexual thing? Like, you know what I mean? But then I'm like, okay, well, sexual root chakra, it's considered taboo and it's gonna grab the attention, right? So it has to be fucking sexual. It can't be like, oh yeah, Diddy had like a farm full of fucking rabbits that he was fucking rescuing, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, Diddy was doing some diddler type of things with baby oil. It's always a sexual thing. Always. I don't know, like, what, oh my God, the fucking Bill Cosby shit. It was like at one point, I remember it was like 27 women stepped forward saying that they had the same experience. And this shit allegedly went on in what, the 80s or the 90s? And they just, yeah, R. Kelly too. Like, this shit went on years ago, but 30 motherfuckers just decided to step up at the same time. Like, no. If that was really going on, there would have been some evidence of that going on at the point when they said it was going on. How all these motherfuckers just come out at the same time? Like, I find that sus. So that's why, like, with these stories, I'm like, I don't know what to believe. Like, it could be true, it could not be true, but it's just, there's too much weirdness regarding it. Yeah, just see Smollett. Oh my God, that one was so fucking funny. Yeah, and like all of the celebrities, I remember when that happened, they were jumping on the bandwagon. Justice for, I don't even know how to say his name, Juicy, whatever. And then it's like he was found out that he's fucking lying. Like, yeah, it's just entertainment to, like, keep motherfuckers from elevating their own consciousness. That's like my opinion on it. There's so many strange things in the fucking media and celebrities and pop culture. It's just like, it's insane. Oh yeah, all of these celebrities, in my opinion, their handlers or whoever are telling them what to do. Like, there's no way they just fucking decided to do it. Like, there's no way. Especially when you reach a level of like, you're Diddy status famous, or your Beyonce status famous, or like, or Oprah status famous, right? Like, these people like have handlers. There's no way they fucking don't, Yes. Yeah, like videos and shit. And like, honestly, another thing that I think is, speaking of fucking strange, is all of the, now why are we getting out of fucking nowhere all of these fucking alien shit? What was that shit? Alien in a mall in Miami. There was an alien that landed in some house in New Mexico, and all the videos you see look like they were filmed on a fucking 2008 Nokia. Like, really? Really? Like, come on. Like, I think that shit is sus as fuck. Like, why are all of these videos like so like grainy and blurry? Like, you know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of here. Yes, there, if you look it up, there was some alien in Miami in a mall last year, I think. And then the alien in the house, it was also last year, I believe. Like some guy like filmed an alien in the backyard or something. Oh my God, yes. Oh hell yeah, I agree. Celebrities are, they're just there, they're propped up for like, oh, okay, here you go. Mm-hmm. North Korea. Yo, I bet you North Korea is probably like the most wonderful place to live. I don't know why the other day I was like looking up like if you have a US passport, you cannot go to North Korea. It is forbidden. I'm like, "Oh, that's interesting." So, I mean, what are they doing over there? You know what I mean? Like because we're you know, like you're never going to know the full story of something unless you are there experiencing it for yourself. So I don't know shit about North Korea. I know what I've been told by media about North Korea, but I don't know anything about North Korea. It's probably, imagine it's like a fucking amazing travel destination. You get there and they give you like pina coladas and shit. Oh my God. Ukraine looking like Atlantis. No, I have not seen that, but I think I want to look that up now because that sounds interesting as fuck. Yeah, they can literally make up anything and there'll be like 1% of like a truth in there and the rest of it is just like overly exaggerated. You think North Korea is pretty bad? I mean, unless you've been there yourself, like I'd be curious to know like what caused that perception for you because like I mean I can say honestly I don't know what's going on there. I know what I've been told by media on here, but I don't know what's going on there. So I mean unless you know someone that's been there, if you've been there yourself, I mean I'm curious to know what formed your opinion on that. Um I mean I don't know. For me, I'm just like, I don't believe, even like on TikTok, and that's like another point. It's like, yeah, you can see videos even on here of people and they're like, oh yeah, this is how it really is. But I'm at the point where I'm not even going to believe a random TikToker. You know, I'll like take it into consideration, but I'm like, unless I have a personal experience, I don't know. You know what I mean? If you want to manifest freedom for them, then I mean that's amazing for you. I think you should go ahead and do that if that feels like the right thing for you, you know? Um but yeah, I don't believe anything unless like I see it or it's just like a knowing that I'm like, oh okay, yeah, like, you know, something intuitively, but typically like my intuition is just in regards to me. It's not really in regards to like, oh, this is what's going on in that country. No, like, you know, because it really, like, if it has nothing to do with me, I'm just like, okay, I stay in my lane and I mind my business. Um, so I think, I'm going to actually hop off here because I am getting hungry. And I don't know, maybe I'll pop on again. I haven't done a live in a while. I don't remember even the last time I did a live. Is maybe a little more spaced out than I would have liked. Glad you guys are enjoying the videos. I will be posting more videos, but it's just you know, the lives, they take a long time to fucking upload or download whatever it is, and then it's like I have to like download it to my phone, then I had to upload to YouTube, and they're super long. So I mean, I'm gonna try to keep the lives even a little shorter. This way they just take less time. But this will probably be the next one going up on YouTube. So all right, guys, thank you all for being here. Yeah, I'm super hungry. So woo, all of you guys have a great afternoon, evening, night, whatever is going on. Maybe some of you it's morning time if you're in like Australia or something. But I will be heading out. I'm going to eat, and thank you all for the likes and the gifts and the comments and the interesting conversation. I will see you guys later.